to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm going to be working on Scraplift Crafternoon. I will put the original layout up here in the corner for you to get a really good look at it. It is a gorgeous one. It is from the design team blog for Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and it is an older layout and an older collection, one that I don't have. And so I have pulled out this brand new to my stash piece of paper from Pretty Little Studio. This is their Wildflowers collection, and this piece is called Whimsical. I have a piece of white cardstock. I will be bringing some watercolors in for splatters later. I went ahead and pulled this Hip Kit Club Alpha. I'm not sure that I'll actually use it. Some phrases from Wildflowers. Some cardstock stickers. These actually came out of the delightful Hip Kit Club kit, but they are Pink Fresh Studio. They're from their Happy Blooms collection, as are the puffy stickers. And then I have the ephemera, and then I have some ephemera from Delightful as well, and a photo. This is a photo of my two youngest children, Seth and Emily. They were getting ready to color Easter eggs, so this photo was taken probably the day before Easter. If you will come check out tomorrow's 30 Days of Sketches video, you will see a 2-page layout coming up based on the sketch for tomorrow, and it is from the same series of photos. So I am going to go ahead and stop this video, and I'm going to put you on time lapse so that you don't have to sit and watch me do this fussy cutting in slow-mo. I'll be right back. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my trimmer to cut the straight edge of each strip out, and then I'll use my scissors to cut the scalloped portion. That makes it pretty fast going instead of trying to get that straight line cut by hand. It's much easier to do it with the trimmer. And because the way the scalloped borders were placed on that pattern paper, it was really easy to do it that way. And as I was cutting these, I wasn't real sure I was going to be able to use all of them on the layout, but I was very pleased that I had space to use every border on the layout. You'll see in a little bit that I do have to trim them down some to give space for the splatters, and I stagger them on my background as well. My next step, I'm going to use my Tim Holtz distresser, and I'm going to distress the straight edge of every piece. I am also cutting off 2 of the scallops from each edge so that I have a perfectly scalloped border left with space on either side to add that mixed media splatters that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So you can see I'm kind of placing them where I think they're going to end up on the background paper. I'm not putting them in the same order that they came off the pattern paper. I'm actually starting kind of in a rainbow order, but then at the end I end up only I put they're kind of a light pinkish brown color at the end, so I put those at the end and then one of those in the middle just to kind of space those out, since there ended up being 5 in that color. But I wanted to give you the illusion of kind of rainbow order. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. So I am using my quick dry glue to adhere these to the background, and now I've got out my handy dandy $5 watercolor palette that I tend to use most often, especially if I'm in a hurry. These colors are really varied enough that I can get the colors that I want. Now the light pink that I use, I was quite surprised to see that it didn't dry pink. So you may have noticed in the original layout that she did some, it looked like machine stitching, and I'm not doing that because my pattern paper strips already have faux stitching printed on them, and I'm good with that. I love to stitch by hand. I do not love to stitch with a sewing machine. I know that seems silly, but I swear sewing machines are out to get me. They hate me, so I tend to avoid them at all costs. To be fair, that was my old sewing machine, and it was a pain in the neck to use. My husband bought me a new one, and I've used it successfully on paper, but it's such a chore to get out. I wish that I had space to keep it out on my desktop area so that I could just use it whenever I wanted. But in this house, in our current location, that is not feasible. So what you're seeing me do here is I'm using a piece of chipboard backing. It's the excess after you use up all of the chipboard, and I'm using that in place of fun foam behind my photo. Now I'm just going to start kind of matching up some embellishments to the colors. I'm only going to get close. Mine isn't as perfectly color coordinated as the original, and that is simply because I have too many pieces that are multiple colors, but I'm going to make this work, and I really love how this turns out. So you also saw me try a font on that photo. I pulled out a smaller font from a hip kit. Actually, it's not from a kit itself. It is from one of their special purchases during the summer. They had a whole bunch of mini alphas for sale. And anyway, so I tried that one on the photo. It's not going to work. And I decided not to use the unopened yellow one that I showed you at the beginning because I felt like the words or the letters were too large, and I didn't want to put that on my daughter's shoulder. So my title is going to be that little banner piece that you saw me stick on the photo. It says my happy place, and as a mom, my children are my happy place. Being a mom has been the most rewarding, even though it's been also very tough. It's the most rewarding job I've ever had, and so my babies are my happy place, all 5 of them. So I've pretty much got most of my embellishments on here. I had already journaled on that cardstock label sticker, so I'm going to add that below the photo. That is one of my requirements, is I must have journaling of some sort on my pages, or I don't consider them finished. I am actually very OCD about that, in case you did not know. I will not put a layout away until it is complete with journaling. So now I'm just kind of looking at other embellishments on the sticker sheets just to see if I have a few more that I can add to this layout. I really enjoyed digging through this set of embellishments just to find things that match, and I was very happy with how well these embellishments matched my layout. Alright, I got this layout completely finished. I got everything glued down except for I missed this. I'm going to have to go back and add some adhesive under it. My splatters are dry. I love that that light pink actually turned out to be a light brown, which is kind of cool since I had some light brown here. I did put foam adhesive under, bits and pieces. You also saw me cut into a piece of chipboard packaging that I used in place of fun foam behind my photo and behind a couple of the other pieces as well. That is a good way to use up all of the product packaging that you receive when you buy new stuff, and it's an excellent replacement for fun foam. I cannot take credit for that idea. Janet Madison over at RTS Scrapbooking is where I got the idea from, so look her up, check out her YouTube channel. She's wonderful, funny, and amazing, so make sure you check her out. Make sure that you click that playlist link below and check out what my tribe is doing with this inspiration layout this week. You're sure to be amazed because we have some creative ladies in our group. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to stop by my channel and like, comment, and or subscribe. That is just amazing. It helps build my channel, makes me extremely happy when I see new subscribers. Kind of do a little wiggle dance in my desk chair when I see a new one. Yeah, I know, I'm weird. But you love me, you know you do. Have a great rest of your Sunday.